welcome back to Rasan's ASMR Journey. I'm Rasan, and I'll be doing the journey. And today, I'm coming at you with 50 facts about modern 3D films. We did some classic 3D film facts, and now I wanted to look at some modern 3D film facts. Modern 3D films use digital technology as opposed to older analog methods for superior image quality and depth. The first modern 3D film to use digital projection was Avatar 2009. 3D films are typically shot using dual camera rigs that simulate the human eye to create the illusion of depth. Active shutter 3D glasses are the most common method for viewing modern 3D films, where the glasses sync with the screen's frame rate. That is something I had no idea about. Polarized 3D glasses are also widely used in theaters for passive viewing. Avatar holds the record for the highest grossing 3D film of all time. 3D films often require a higher production budget due to the technology involved in shooting and post-production. IMAX 3D films use specialized IMAX screens that enhance both the visual and audio experience. The technology behind 3D films is often referred to as stereoscopic 3D. 3D technology has evolved from red/blue anaglyphs to modern high-definition stereoscopic methods. Modern 3D films are typically shot at 48 or 60 frames per second FPS for smoother motion. And we're back, guys. Sorry about that. Had a bit of a siren there. The Hobbit trilogy 2012 to 2014 was one of the first major film franchises to use 48 frames per second in 3D. 3D films often undergo a post-production conversion where 2D footage is transformed into 3D, though this process can sometimes lead to less depth and realism. Gravity 2013 was widely praised for its innovative use of 3D to enhance the space, environment, and storytelling. In the early 2010s, there was a boom in the release of post-converted 3D films, particularly after Avatar's success. Avatar also popularized the use of CGI, computer-generated imagery, in 3D films. The 3D effect is created by using two slightly different images, one for the left eye and one for the right eye. Some filmmakers use the 3D effect for artistic purposes, using it to draw attention to specific details or create a sense of immersion. Many animated films like Frozen 2013 and Toy Story 3 2010 are released in 3D, offering additional visual appeal. 3D films can lead to viewer fatigue or discomfort, especially for those sensitive to the stereoscopic effect. In 3D films, the pop-out effect refers to objects or characters seeming to extend beyond the screen, creating a dramatic 3D experience. Number 22, the depth effect, in which layers of the image are separated to create a sense of dimensionality, is used in most modern 3D films. 3D is often used to heighten the spectacle in action films such as in The Avengers 2012 or Mad Max Fury Road 2015. Horror films like My Bloody Valentine 3D 2009 use 3D effects to enhance scare tactics and physical presence. Some films such as Hugo 2011 use 3D to emphasize the emotional weight and beauty of the story. Sorry about all this traffic noise, guys. The cost of producing 3D films can lead to higher ticket prices in theaters. 3D films require specialized projection equipment, and not all theaters are equipped to show them. Filmmakers sometimes choose 3D to boost the box office as it offers a novelty that can attract additional audiences. 3D films are sometimes viewed as a gimmick, but when used effectively, they can enhance the cinematic experience. Life of Pi 2012 used 3D to enhance the film's stunning visual effects, particularly the scenes featuring the tiger and the ocean. A major challenge of modern 3D is balancing visual effects with story so the film remains engaging without overwhelming the viewer. Some directors, like Christopher Nolan, are resistant to 3D, preferring traditional 2D presentations for a more straightforward cinematic experience. 3D films have been marketed as an attraction for theme parks and immersive experiences such as in Avatar: The Way of Water. 3D technology continues to improve with advancements in high dynamic range HDR imaging, increasing the realism of modern 3D films. Some 3D films are shot using IMAX 3D cameras, creating a larger-than-life experience with extra clarity and detail. In 3D films, motion blur can be more pronounced, requiring careful attention to frame rates and camera work to avoid discomfort. 3D films often demand more attention to lighting and color grading, since the 3D effect can diminish the impact of certain visual elements. Avatar 2 2022 continued James Cameron's exploration of 3D technology, introducing underwater scenes shot with high-tech underwater 3D cameras. The success of modern 3D films has led to more TV shows and streaming platforms experimenting with 3D content. Streaming services like Netflix and YouTube have experimented with 3D content, though it's less popular in home viewing than in theaters. The first major studio film released in 3D was Bwana Devil 1952, although it wasn't until the 2000s that 3D made a major comeback. The idea behind modern 3D films is not just to show depth, but to immerse the viewer as if they were a part of the action. 3D films require more work in post-production, often involving complex visual effects work to ensure the 3D effect is well executed. In recent years, many 3D films have been designed to work seamlessly in both 2D and 3D formats. 3D films have a global audience with notable releases in countries like China, which has become a massive market for 3D films. The release of 3D Blu-rays allows at-home audiences to enjoy 3D films in their own living rooms, though it requires compatible 3D equipment. Animated films like Zootopia 2016 and Finding Dory 2016 benefited from the enhanced colors and details brought out by 3D. Some 3D films are made with a process called dual camera, where two cameras are used to create a stereoscopic image for a more natural 3D effect. Advances in 3D projection and viewer technology are helping make the experience more accessible and comfortable for all audiences. Despite fluctuating popularity, 3D films continue to be a unique and integral part of modern filmmaking, especially in large-scale cinematic experiences. Well, guys, that is it for the modern 3D film 50 facts there. thank you for joining me. I'd like to ask you to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment.